What's going on? Welcome to K.A.E Sports Talk. If you guys can help the king out, give me the HKO special, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. All right, so today we're going to talk about, the Let It Fly podcast. Yes. And it's started off with these three. There's more people. There's Mercado, Gabe, Norwood, and I think Jared.
Moving forward,
Dillinger.
we're,
So
we're
let's
talking about
listen to the
an all-star game type of activities we should do. Just if they have an open ear.
So we want to see if the commissioner has an open ear to this. Okay, so let's see.
To hear some of the input we could give.
I definitely. We discussed a little bit. So I've been floating around with this idea. The NBA, we're a little bit late on, the in-season tournament and how all that played out. But it also got my mind going. How the PBA could kind of implement something like the NBA in-season tournament. And I came up with the idea of possibly having the All-Filipino Conference be the in-season tournament. So you basically have conferences. You know what I mean? You have your shorter import conference, the governors, the commissioners, but every Wednesday is all Filipino tournament day. So all the teams play. You have, 4 groups of 3 or 3 groups of 4, however you want to do it. So you put the SMC group in one group, MVP group in a group. You got your independents. You can scatter teams however you want. The top teams out of each group come out. The second place in every group has to play each other in a little round robin to get the last spot. You know what I mean? However you want to play it. So I think it comes down to a scheduling thing. But I think just in terms of maximizing playing days, also giving imports times to rest. You know what I mean? If every
but
Wednesday,
the imports would just rest a little bit.
We're still here. The season's ongoing, but like one day out of the week, whether it's Wednesday or Friday or Sunday, it's all Filipino day. And you go out and you play that one game once a week, you see what happens. So after the first conference, maybe that's your regular season of the in-season tournament. The second conference is when the playoffs start or whatever, your final 4. I don't know. It was just an idea that popped into my head. I wasn't sure if it was something that would register well. I've been floating around with teammates and things like that. But just trying to get creative.
So you pretty much, you're against doing that. You would be against the PBA because the PBA has really been being pushed to go to 2 conferences. Mm-hmm. I was just at the EASL in Macau, and the head guy for FIBA was there, and he was saying that the PBA needs to go to 2 conferences. You know what I'm saying? Because
did he give a justification to
leave space for, give guys breaks so they can actually have this break, so they're not playing. Jumar's not playing all year round. He used Jumar as an example.
So in a way, you're not really disrupting the 2 conferences. You're playing 3 conferences within 2. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. So that really, you're really playing. You're integrating the All Filipino Conference within one of the import conferences.
Yeah,
but you're spreading it out. Yeah, you're spreading it out through, because you're not playing. You're playing. Would you say every Wednesday? Whatever.
Yeah, however you wanted to do it. However the scheduling made sense, to where now maybe you can play a double round robin in a conference, or you know what I mean, rather than playing 12-game regular seasons and things like that. I think that one thing that would be really difficult for big time PBA fans would be the series. Like, I don't know how you would set up a semifinals series in season tournament. You know what I mean? Like, because then you'd be playing.
Because you're saying it would have to be during the regular season, because once the playoffs start, then obviously the in-season tournament can't go. Sure. So they would have to adjust. But I like the whole in-season tournament, even with the NBA, bro. It was genius with the whole, not a series, 1 game knockout. Every game's a knockout, bro. And that's what made every game so intense, and everything mattered. And they started, doing the quotient system to where, guys were having to win by a certain amount, which had to get guys, used to a little bit in the NBA, because, when guys are up 10-15, they're not shooting that last shot just out of respect, but guys were still gunning and doing that kind of stuff that we did. stuff we dealt with in the PBA sometimes when we're playing by coaching system as well.
Yeah. I would like to see that.
An idea.
I like it, man. I mean, there needs to be some polished up parts of it, but the whole idea of it that would be cool. I mean, I'm all for change. Like we've always talked about this of there just needs to be some readjustments on how we operate with the PBA. Is awesome. We love the PBA. We're all for it. We want to continue to keep being that progressive ideal that like for the All-Star game, like let's get celebrity teams playing against each other. Fly out all the celebrities to wherever we're having the All-Star game and let them play and ball.
Okay, so now I didn't want to like drag this video out, but yeah, the PBA. Okay, you know, I'm a fan of the sport. I cover it. I actually enjoy watching the PBA, but I do understand that even if I'm an outsider looking in, and of course, yeah, I've been to the Philippines, but yeah, the PBA, of course, I would love each team to have their own arena. But here's the thing, like Ginebra, they're like the most popular team, which I'm a fan of. And they'll mostly pack out the arenas for Ginebra, or when Ginebra plays Magnolia Hot Shots or San Miguel, that's what pretty much dominates it, and then maybe a TNT. But here's another thing, you know, we talk about the in-season tournament, like these guys mentioned. For the NBA, I don't like the in-season tournament, but that's another video. But I see where you could put in you could have an in-season for PBA. And I do, know the fact that what Sol was talking about with, the FIFA. Yeah, I think 3 conferences is just too long. And then this year, because we had the World Cup basketball, and then we have the late start of, the Commissioner's Cup, which is going on right now, it's going to really drag out the schedule a little more. So if they just like put it down to 2 conferences, maybe, like I like Gabe's idea with the in-season tournament. I don't like it for the NBA, but for the PBA in season, and then you could have your playoffs in the next conference. I mean, it's not a bad system there. But regards to PBA, it's majority of these teams, or actually all these teams, are in Manila. There's none in Cebu. And of course, some of the ballers are from Cebu. I mean, Junmar, who is the face of the PBA, is from Cebu, and, the Davao, you want to be able to kind of travel. I know that the league is now travel, but they're building these state-of-the-art arenas now in some of these towns, because now we're seeing it. And I like, some of these teams to have their own arenas, their own home court. But I understand it's the Philippines. I can't, compete with that. Like in Korea, where I'm at right now, and B League, they have their own arenas. That's another, topic at hand. Because if you guys don't know about the PBA, majority of the games are at Smart Araneta Coliseum, at Mall of Asia, and then if it's a season of the UAAP and the NC2As, you can't. The PBA is actually going to be, I'm sorry, second tier to that, to the NC2A and the UAAP, and they can't play in those arenas. They got to kind of play in various arenas, like at the Yaris Center. There's, and they are making, travel plans right now to go. But I would love a team like in Palawan or Boracay or Siargao, or, around the area, Cebu. Because for me, I'm being a little selfish. I don't like being in Manila. So, but it is what it is with the basketball. But yeah, so no, yeah, there's a lot of ideas that needs to be implemented, but just another thing, things don't move fast in the Philippines. If any of you understand that's been there, and these players understand too, the implementation of some of these programs. So yeah, but yeah, these guys they played on PBA teams. So as I think somewhat retired. I think Jared and Gabe, they still play on their teams, rain or shine or whatever, and ginebra. So yeah, so it's just things to think about, what would help the PBA, and of course, another problem with the PBA, this would be another video, is a lot of the ballers are going overseas. We have 10 of them here in Korea, and we have recently Miguel coming in. So we have 10 players overseas. We got another like 10 or 15 in the B League. So yeah, they're going overseas to play basketball. They're not playing in the PBA. And yeah, so you got to make it attractive to where it is attractive to come to the PBA. I mean, there's so many issues with it because even the pay for the rookies are just not up there, So it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, but yep. So not bad idea, and they're just something's got to be done, to change. And for the Philippines, and they just recently won the Asian game, so they got to figure out how to compete, and basketball is a mainstay there. Basketball and volleyball are the two mainstay sports in the Philippines. So, yeah. So hopefully, we'll see where this goes and what's going to happen. And yeah, have some of the same feelings some of these guys have, besides the NBA in season. But I do like the in season in the PBA, or some of their ideas with teams in those areas like Surigao, Boracay, and Palawan, Cebu. Most of the ballers are a lot from Cebu, Davao, and etc. So yeah. So that's where it's at. But by the way, yep, check the Let It Fly. It has a lot of good content out there. So yeah. So give this podcast a shot if you guys are into basketball. So yeah. All right. So if you enjoyed any of this content, man, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment on what you think, because I know we'll have a lot of comments about this, about the PBA. Oh, yeah. And where it's going. So, yep. So let's see where this goes, and we'll see what happens. All right, everyone. See you in my next video.